Hello and welcome to Painotopia.com. In this clip I want to show you how to get rid of, I call it a pseudo carpal tunnel syndrome. Pain that is located here at the wrist but is not actually a carpal tunnel syndrome, but rather a pain of myofascial origin. That means pain initiated by trigger points, myofascial adhesions, or just simply excessive muscle tension. There are a couple of muscles that can initiate pain in this area that are structurally connected to the wrist, or that are structurally distant from the wrist but still can refer pain into this area. And in this clip I will show you how you can get rid of those myofascial adhesions, trigger points, or the muscle tension in all those muscles yourself. We will begin our work with the muscles that are structurally connected to your wrist, to the inside and the outside of your wrist. We are talking here about our flexors and extensors of the wrist, and we are going to massage those muscles with a massage ball against the wall. And I would suggest to start with the extensors of the wrist. And in order to massage them, you need the ball. You need to place yourself far enough away from the wall so you can lean against it actually and exert some pressure. And you need to lower your body a little bit in order that you have some leeway for the massage, because we want now to roll the muscle over our forearm. So I do that, and then I place the ball here on the muscles. Then I take my other hand off the other side, my free hand, and I place it at my at the crest of my elbow. And now I need to go a little bit higher, for example, otherwise it wouldn't be too comfortable. And now I press into the muscle tissue and execute small squats. I go a little bit down, a little bit up, and this way roll over the whole muscles here on my forearm and search for tender points. And as soon as I encounter a tender point, I want to stay in the area and roll over this one particular point a couple of times. This is the one thing that is important, that you concentrate only on the tender points. Now the next thing that is important is that you experiment a lot with the position of the ball or the position of your body respectively in order to hit all the muscle fibers of your forearm. That means you massage your forearm a little bit in this position where the ball penetrates the muscle fibers from a little bit, the outside I would call it now, like that you hit the forearm totally in its center, little bit from the inside, and just experiment here a lot with the massage position and make sure to hit all the tight and tender points, which are usually located in the upper half of your forearm. And also very important, make sure to not spare out here the area of your outer elbow of the lateral epicondyle. This is the area where all the wrist extensors that do this movement and also stabilize the wrist during gripping motions, they all origin here with their tendons, and then the muscles run down your forearm. So make sure to also massage that area. Now we go to the opposite side and massage all the flexors of our wrist that do this motion or movement. And we place ourselves in exactly the same position, with the only difference that we are placing the ball not on the outside of the forearm but on the inside. And then we do exactly the same thing. We roll over the area, over the muscles. We search for tender points. As soon as we encounter them, we will stay there, massage them a couple of times. Also, we want to experiment with the pressure of the massage or with the position of the ball respectively, and make sure to hit all the muscle fibers. Then again, it's the same story. You want to massage also the inside here of your elbow, your medial epicondyle. This now is the place where all the flexors origin from and run down your forearm. And also it's the same thing that you want to concentrate your massage on the upper half of the inner forearm, because this is where the muscles actually are located. If you go further down, the muscles transition into their tendons, and you actually do not need to massage that area in most of the cases. Now that we have covered the whole forearm, we proceed with the area directly above our wrist, where two muscles are located that can transfer excessive tension to the wrist and initiate pain in this region. The first muscle we are going to massage is the adductor pollicis, and you can feel that muscle if you take your thumb and index finger. Your thumb, you place it here in this little triangle space here, and with your index finger you just go to the opposite side and you gently exert some pressure and grab that tissue like pliers and pinch it. And then you want to push together your thumb and index finger, and every time you press those two fingers against each other, you can feel a tiny muscle contracting here between your thumb and index finger, and this is the muscle you want to massage, and you want to search for tender points. You want to inspect it. Now, as soon as you find a tender point, you can roll that one between your fingers, like I am doing now, between your thumb and index finger. This is one opportunity. And as an alternative, you could just press into the tissue and then make the muscle move by simply moving your thumb and index finger towards each other and away from each other. Now, this was the adductor pollicis, and now we want to inspect the opponent's pollicis, which runs here at your palm, down here. And you also want to feel it before you massage it, and you can do that by taking your pinky, pressing it, and then pressing it against your thumb. And then you can feel down here a small contraction of a muscle, and this muscle is then your opponent's pollicis. You want to palpate it a little bit, feel its course, feel where its muscle fibers are located and running, and then you want to massage it. And in order to do so, I recommend taking your opposite index finger, then bending it so that you have the knuckle of it here in front, and then you press with the other hand, with the muscle, against that knuckle and move your wrist and your arm a little bit, and this way you're massaging the opponent's pollicis. And yeah, this works quite great. And now that we have covered the area of our wrist, we can move on. Now there are only two more muscles to go, and the muscle we are now going to massage is the brachialis, which runs from the lower part, the lower half of our upper arm down to our forearm. And also this muscle can send pain to the wrist if it contains trigger points. Now, in order to feel that muscle, you simply take the thumb of your other hand and place it here in the mid part, in the center of your outer forearm, upper arm, between your biceps and your triceps. And then you move the thumb to the side a couple of times, and then you can feel a roll of muscle jumping underneath the thumb. And this muscle that is jumping under the thumb is the brachialis muscle, and in its upper part you can massage it best, in my opinion, with an ischemic compression. That means you take your thumb, you pressurize the muscle, search for tender points. As soon as you encounter one, you stay on it, press in the muscle and keep up the pressure for 30 to 60 seconds, and proceed this way with every tender point here in this muscle. Then, as I said, the muscle spans across our elbow joint. It has to, because it goes down to our forearm. And here in the elbow joint, you can grab the muscle quite good, again like pliers, with your thumb and index finger and pinch it and massage it very nicely with the press and move technique. It means you press in the muscle, you search for tender tissue, then you bend and extend your elbow a couple of times and concentrate on the most painful range of motion, of course, as always, without maximizing the pain. Or as an alternative, you simply roll the painful muscle tissue between your thumb and index finger and work the muscle this way. Great, now we have only one more muscle to go, and this muscle, or actually it's a couple of muscles, are the scalene muscle, the scalenes that are located at your neck. Here I want to say up front that you have to be very cautious, especially in the beginning, because when we are working the area of our neck, we are working in an area where the muscles contain a lot of receptors that are responsible for our spatial orientation. And if you massage them too strong in the beginning and you don't know how your body reacts to the massage, the receptors get irritated and you might lose a little bit your equilibrium for a couple of days, which is very uncomfortable. So the only thing to watch out here is to go slow and gently, watch your body's reactions. Start out with little massage pressure with short massage sessions, and only step by step increase pressure and duration of the massage, and always see how your body reacts to the massage, and then you will be fine. Now the scalenes are partly hidden by your sternocleidomastoid muscle, this big muscle here on the side of your neck that you can so nicely pull away. And actually we have to do that. Now I hope you can see me how I'm doing that. The best way to massage those muscles is to take your fingers and placing them here behind your ear and trying to pull away that muscle roll, the sternocleidomastoid muscle that you can, as I said, nicely pull away, and you have to pull a little bit in the front. So you try to move with your fingers behind that muscle, and then you gently press inside the muscle. To actually you're pressing towards your cervical spine, which is why I said you have to be very, very cautious here in the beginning. So I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm just pressing slightly in here, and now I'm just bending I'm bending my head to the side, because this will make the scalene smooth. It will make it contract and stretch depending on which side I'm bending my neck to. And if you have tight muscle tissue here, you can loosen it up this way very nicely. So this is one way. An even gentler way to massage those muscles is by making them move, and you can do that by breathing into your chest, as the scalenes are muscles that assist your inhalation if you inhale in your chest, because they will elevate your ribs a little bit. And this way you can also massage them. You just press in the scalenes and then you just take a deep breath. You breathe in and out, and if you do that a couple of times and reposition your muscle, your fingers on the muscle, you can actually feel very slight contractions of the scalenes, and this way massage them. If you want more information on those muscles, as always, visit my website painotopia.com, go to the trigger point section and search for those muscles. Now that was my video on the golfer's elbow. No, not on the golfer's elbow, I'm sorry. I'm making too many videos. That was my video on the carpal tunnel syndrome, on the fake carpal tunnel syndrome and pain here on the inside of the wrist. I'm sorry for that. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, I would be happy about a thumb up or even a subscription to my channel. If you have any questions, any further questions, just leave them down here in the boxes below the video. I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. I thank you for your time. I highly appreciate it, and I hope you have a great time and say bye-bye.